You know, there's a saying, not your keys, not your Bitcoin. France now on the verge of imposing mandatory KYC rules for all crypto transactions. Now, what does this mean? Well, what France is trying to do, and not just France, that's just a stepping stone to all of Europe. The United States is on this direction too, but basically what is happening lately is Wall Street has come in, has adopted Bitcoin. They want to suck it in. And obviously with that, we have regulation, KYC, AML, tracking everything, yada, yada, yada. And basically what they want is they want every single exchange, every single wallet to do KYC and AML for every single transaction. They're even going to take it to a point where they're suggesting that if you are a wallet, you can only send to transactions that are white labeled. So meaning they want to kind of create their own island and fiefdom away from non-custodial wallets. You'd be foolish if you did not see this coming. Simple as that. Very foolish. There's a saying, first they ignore you, then they laugh at you, then they fight, then you win. And we're just entering the fight stage. If people think we've won, they're crazy. Absolutely crazy. We are now entering the realm where we're going to have the incumbents coming in, the Wall Street versus Main Street, to regulate Bitcoin to death. And how do you regulate Bitcoin? You control the on-ramps and off-ramps for not just the exchanges, but for the wallets. And so we're going to have a battle between two types of Bitcoin in the future. And what I mean by future, I mean now. We're going to have the highly regulated, controlled KYC, AML, draconian measures of Bitcoin. And then we're going to have the open source, let's call it more of the cypherpunk movement, the original movement with Satoshi, Bitcoin vision. And this is going to lead to, in my prediction, another Bitcoin protocol war. Now, the war will be, you have companies like MicroStrategy. You just had a huge insurance company buy $500 million worth of Bitcoin. You have all these people that own significant percentage of the network, which more or less have a say. I want to say a say, but they can say, well, we're going to choose this chain afterwards, or we want this done in the protocol. So no different than what happened with the miners and the nodes and the wallets and the exchanges with SegWit 2x a couple of years ago. We're going to see something, I would say, times 10 magnitude coming towards Bitcoin. And I always say this, guys, not your keys, not your Bitcoin. Now, I'm not against you guys putting your Bitcoin on places like BlockFi or Ledin. They want to get some interest, or you're using exchanges. That's fine. Just know that if you don't own your keys, you don't own Bitcoin. I think if you are using Bitcoin in a favorable manner to earn more Bitcoin, whether that is collecting interest rates, whether you're trading for other coins, you would have a small percentage of Bitcoin that you are comfortable with KYCing, AML, and maybe even being seized if some of these exchanges, for example, the government comes in and shuts them down overnight. Now, you'd be foolish to have all your Bitcoins on there. You should have majority of your Bitcoins, if you're a long-term holder, if your time preference is long, you should have it stored away, air-gapped on a cold storage. Whether that is cold card wallet, ledger, you pick. But having it offline and making sure you back up your seed phrase, at least on a metal device. There's many out there. Paper, it's too vulnerable for fire, flood, etc. And I'll leave with this, guys. Not your keys, not your Bitcoins. Practice proper security measures. Practice proper Bitcoin hygiene. And get ready, because the war in Bitcoin is just starting. And I'll come out with another video later on today. I'm going to be making more news videos like this. And I'll talk to you guys later. Oh, by the way, subscribe to this channel. Leave a comment. Let me know your thoughts on all this stuff. And I'll see you later.